So, I actually want to go ahead and talk about this viral story that came off of Facebook originally and then migrated its way throughout the other social medias. Instagram is where I saw it. Okay. So, essentially, what happened is this: a woman has a boyfriend, all right, and she also has a 10-year-old daughter that is not by this man. Allegedly, there are text messages, and I got them, to where he is being really explicit towards her, and is wanting to groom her and is wanting to have other interactions, if you know what it is that I'm meaning. Okay, we're going to get into it. So there are people who are saying, like what I was saying, this is disgusting, you're filthy, I can't believe this. There are other people who were also saying, did this even happen, or did you just make it up? We're going to get into it. So, this is what she ended up saying. It says a mother shares her horror on Facebook after the man she has been with since her daughter was 5 attempts to groom her at just 10 years old. So, the mother is Tiara Christie, and this is what she said. I was with this dude for 5 years, and he'd been around my daughter since she was 5 years old. I can't believe that he would all of a sudden take a sexual interest in my daughter. It disgusts me that she came to me crying about how he doesn't talk to her like she's a kid anymore. He's been trying to get her to be an adult and do other things with her because she is older now. This type of betrayal from him I will never understand or forgive, and the disgusting ish family that stands by him and calls my child a liar can all go to he double hockey sticks with him. Y'all can all get hands and feet about my daughter. Okay. At the end of the day, he violated a little girl who literally just turned 10 last month in February. She trusted him and loved him. I will never understand how anybody can be a mother and not believe their child. I believe my baby no matter what. I don't care I don't care how anybody feels. You really can't trust anyone around your kids, and it's sad, it's and scary. Like, who talks to a kid they claim to love like this? It's disgusting. Okay, so this is a lot. Okay, um it's a lot, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. So this is him, allegedly the dad, and this is the daughter. So this is the daughter's phone. Okay, so it's, he says, you want me to lay in there with you, or you fine? She says, I'm fine. Okay, just bored. I hate when mommy go to work. I don't be having nothing to do at all. What are you doing? She says, watching TikTok, looking for things to do. He says, like fun stuff. Yeah. Did you ever get before? She says, why? Just asking, is what he says. She says, no, because I don't like boys. He says, getting than girls and boys do. It's just when a tongue is going up and down on your Virginia. Oh, is what she says. He says, I'm not trying to get you to like boys. I'm just trying to give you some so you can know what it feels like. It's just my stuff. Do you want to try? I won't tell anyone if you won't tell anyone. If you don't like it, I'll stop. All right. So then, I don't know. It said, I don't really want to do that. He said, no, I don't want to because that would make me feel uncomfortable. And I'm only told I'm not fully an adult. So no. He says it's not going to make you feel uncomfortable. You're going to be doing it soon, but okay, leave you alone and just let mommy know you be watching nasty stuff. She says, but I don't watch that stuff anymore and don't like that stuff. It's nasty and I just want to chill. I don't want to do stuff like that because it makes me feel weird and uncomfortable. He says, we only got one life to live. Lay, just try it. If you don't like it, I'll leave you alone. Deal? She says, no, I don't want to. Please stop asking me. Just ask mommy if she's an adult. You can ask mommy when she comes back, but not me. This is that's not appropriate. You're actually making me scared. And then he says, you don't have to be scared of me, Lay. I won't do anything to you without your permission. You said leave you alone. I will leave you alone. Just delete the messages. She said, okay. He said, sorry for bothering you. Just sorry for bothering you. About to just watch prawns. All right. So with that whole situation that took place, yeesh. All right. Now, some people are saying, is it real because the grammar's a little too good? I here's the thing. People have different levels to their education. Okay, so you could have one 10th grader. I mean, shoot, we got high schoolers that are reading at a third grade reading level now. Okay, but not everyone is like that. So you could have people who are more advanced in that regard. But some of the things, like for example, when she said, he said, I'll tell him that you watch nasty stuff. It was like, well, were y'all doing it? I mean, like, were y'all just sitting on the couch and then you were like, yo, Lay? Isn't that kind of crazy what they're doing? I mean, was it something like that was going on? I don't know. Okay, because that seemed off to me, like as though she knew about it. And he was talking about head, and then she was like, why? Like she already knew what all this stuff was. You know what I mean? I get people may say, oh yeah, but you watch TV, so you would know. Yeah, but it's one thing when you're watching TV, it's another thing. Well, I mean, you're not even watching TV. Well, kind of. Another thing when you're watching TV is another thing when it's like, did you actually see it and you knowing really what it is? You know what I mean? At that age, I didn't even know what that was, So it's like, you might have seen it, but you don't know what you're looking at. You know what I mean? Just like with different lyrics that you hear, you'll be like, booty, 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 rocket everywhere. Lick my and my, you don't know, you over here dancing. You 7, you like, yeah, you don't know what they talking about, So with that, I'm like, but at the end of the day, when I was looking at this post, this is what, as I thought about it further, I was like, something seems a little off, okay? Because you said I was with this guy for 5 years and he's been around my daughter since she was 5 years old. I can't believe that this happened all of a sudden. Okay, so I can't believe that he would all of a sudden take a, interest in my daughter. I don't know, something about how that's written made me be like, I don't know. Something about the way that was written, it bothered me. It disgusted me that she came to me crying about how he doesn't talk to her like she's a kid anymore. And I'm wondering, when did that take place? He's been trying to get her to be an adult and do other things with her because she's older now. Okay, so this is a big betrayal. But I'm not seeing. I called the cops. I got police reports because this has a lot of different layers to it. I tried to find his messages because he actually put up screenshots of his messages with her. And essentially, and I can't find them. I don't know. Because they're also like sweeping the internet of this story too. But I can't seem to find that story. I mean, those images in particular. But essentially what it was she was messaging him saying like, oh, I don't want you around my daughter because of these messages. And he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't even write that. That's not me. I don't know where this is all coming from. Okay. Because I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I didn't write this kind of stuff. I would never write this kind of stuff in regards to her at all. Like, what are we even talking about here? So it was that. And then she said, like, she was mentioning that she came crying to me and showed me these messages. But then with his messages, it said that she found out via the school. I guess they confiscated her phone or something. I don't know what made them think to go and look at it, but whatever. But she was saying with him that, hey, they showed me these messages. So it's like, did the girl cry to you and say, okay, daddy is doing this? Or did the school go and say, Mrs. Christie, I found some stuff? And how would you know to look at that? You know what I mean? So that's where people are kind of divided, saying something's not right. But let's continue. I also seen this. All right. So a lot of the stuff, obviously, like I said, this originated on Facebook. So let's go ahead and look at some of this. All right. Yeah. A lot of this, they're saying you can't even show the post, So I'm not sure how that's going to work on YouTube. If they on some bullshit-ish, then I'll try to block out as much as I can. But this is what's going on right now. All right, so this is the father, the stepfather. All right, and then this is the daughter. Those are the messages that I just read. This is the mother right here, kissing what it appears to be her daughter on the lips. I know some people do that. I don't know. I never had images like that with my parents where, like, you'll kiss them on the lips when you're younger, but, then it became on the cheek, but I never had them just upload it. So, okay. Apparently, this is in New Jersey, but I don't know. That's where it says that she lives. Okay. But this is her. Okay. And it says, "Hey, boo, I just want to talk where the posts go." Because what apparently happened was he didn't delete his page, but he kind of like, I guess like a temporary delete, kind of just closed it out for a little bit. And then she apparently permanently deleted her, which I'm sure she just did like a take a break kind of thing and closed hers out. But then he opens up his, and then she never opened up hers again. So that's where this is coming from, where it's like, I don't know. Okay, go on to this one. All right. So this one person here said this. Now, these are all the people who were saying that this is a made up story. All right. Says, so the lady Tiara Christie made up the whole story about her daughter being messed with by a man she's been dealing with, and apparently she has been doing this for a minute. All right, this is not the first time. So let me enlarge this a little bit. So Jalil Allen, this is the stepfather, says, "Man, oh man, you better had not did or said ish to that baby. I will hunt you down myself, but you looking more and more innocent as time flies. This ain't her first time lying on a man about this, and ain't gonna be the last. I just hope you get her arrested and sue her for this BS she has caused once you clear your name." It's actually her writing those messages. She is texting from one phone and replying from another. She did the same thing a couple of years ago to her daughter's father. This is all alleged. Those who know the case will and have said, "Nah, not this again," because she has done this before. If that's accurate, this is messed up. All right, and it says, "I can't believe Tiara Christie at first until I read the messages, and something in my spirit says that she set this up. You're more concerned about him calling his mom and other people finding out." That was also another thing about this case, where she didn't want, and these messages, I can't seem to find these in particular, so I'll read all of what I can. But that was also something where I was like, why do you call the cops? I don't care about the mama, whatever with you. Call the cops if this is what happened. But it seemed like she was so concerned about that. That's what people were saying anyways. But here's some of the other messages. So these are the ones that this is what I was talking about earlier, the ones that he put out. Now, I can't find all the messages. I don't know where it's at, but I can't seem to find it. But of what you see here, this is what she says. "You need to leave. You can't be here when she gets out." He said, "What did I do? It's not me. I'm gonna call my mom." And then she says, "Okay, I'll wait for her." And then he says, "I'm gonna leave your house. I'm just waiting for my mom to pull up. This is really crazy. Can't believe you think I would stoop that low. So you calling my daughter a liar?" "I'm not calling her a liar. I just can't believe you think I wrote those messages." She says, "Who else would text like that? You know what? You cursed me out enough for me to know how you talk. I'm not leaving my daughter hanging until this stuff is solved. I'm not having no school look at me crazy." He says, "I know you know how I talk, but on Jameer Ashes," I don't know who that is, "I would never write no ish like that to a child." She says, "Jalil, you complain about being bored all the time. That's exactly what you said in the text, and the crazy thing is you something." Then she said, "You really want me to ask her for ish like that, what I just read?" And then he says, "Yes, because I never did anything to lay. I never even came off to her that way. I never laid in her bed. I never text her in that way. and I never looked at her like that. I always tell her to put clothes on. That's weird. Like, what's going on in this household? He replies, says, please ask her because I would never do anything like that. So that's the thing. So he's saying, go ask her. I don't care. She'll be right in front of me. What did I do? So then he says, everybody in this house knows my passcode. If I ever did some ish like that, Wale ain't been tell you she been with you alone plenty of times. She said, you acting like I ain't have a whole diff case. I don't know what that means. I could lose my child. And he said, you really don't believe anything I'm saying, and it's crazy. Everybody in this house know my password to everything I have. You act like I wasn't with you through it. Then she said, why would they be reading y'all messages? Like, why? And then he says, why would I risk my freedom like this? Why would I destroy my name? Let me see if I can make that bigger. You something hitting me with this one. I thought you loved me. You really got me down for some issue like this. It's tea killing me inside. I left out your house. I'm sitting in the hallway. This stuff is unbelievable. And you say in the school seen it, you took a picture of the phone. So that's what she's saying. So at first it came off like, hey, she came crying to me. Then it came off like, oh, well, she was the teacher. Somehow the school opened up the phone, had the messages, and then showed her, and then she took a picture of them. So people are saying, I don't know. This person says, in the post, she says her daughter came to her crying about the messages in this text. She says her daughter came to her crying about the messages in this text. The daughter is at school and the mom found them on her phone. When he says, ask the daughter, the mom declines and says, why is she going to ask her daughter about that? But I thought the daughter brought it to her attention. The story isn't adding up. These messages show the mom being mad. He told people about it, and that's when she called the cops. Okay, so she did. The whole thing seems like some manipulation tactic gone wrong, and now someone's trying to cover their tracks. So then we have another thing. It says, how about this? Here's Tierra Christie, who ruined some guy's life by fabricating text messages as if this man was texting the 10-year-old daughter. It's been proven that it wasn't him. That's not necessarily true. There's speculation. And they said she did it to the child's father years ago. As a man to allegations you can never really come back for, as a gay rumor and a rapist / a pedophile rumor. This man's innocence has been proven. Not necessarily. But he'll never be able to come back from all of this because a bitter ex lied and made it seem like he was trying to touch her daughter inappropriately. Though it does happen often, but not in this case. Share this and attack her like y'all was doing the guy in the situation without knowing the full story. She deleted the original post and everything. He needs to sue her. So that's what they're saying. Now, how true? I don't know. But let's keep going. Going through the story. Some people were saying, well, this is another thing of how he could be proven innocent. Why does a 10-year-old child have 488 unread text messages? That I didn't realize, because when we go to this first post over here, it's right here. It's right here. So, why then do we have a 10-year-old with 488 messages? Who's messaging you? This is the mom, I'm going to assume, because he was saying that the daughter is Lay. Like, I don't know, Lene or something, Lane. All right. So I'm assuming this is the mother. Okay. And it says, I'm not mad at you, Laney. I'm just disappointed. So then you see 723 messages versus 3 messages over here. And it's like, where are these messages going, y'all? All right, so let's zoom in on this. And then it says open something, it says you good, and it says I'm fine. I'm going to give you ZY phone so you could text me and talk to me so I could ask some questions. Just be honest. This between me and you. You won't get in trouble by your mom, okay? And she says, okay. Can I get Robux? Says I only got cash right now. If you need money, and get it on my card, I'll buy you some, princess. Okay. So then it's like, well, I'm a little confused. All right, because that seems like it's from him, and that's his daughter that's messaging. So it's like, well, where are these other messages coming from? And he ended up putting, he said, I don't even write like this. So this is him on the right, and this is her on the left. And he said, these aren't messages. I don't write like this. So she said, we'll do it. He says, okay, Daddy, can I ask you something? Y'all leave me alone. Daddy, I had breakfast already and stuff, but I'm still hungry. Will you be able to order something, or maybe next time what you want? Can I get McDonald's? I want a quarter pounder and a large fries and a sweet tea. Just give me a minute. Okay, you gotta wait. It's still breakfast time. Okay. So you go and look at how he's writing versus how he's writing here on the left. I only got cash right now. If I make some money and get on my card, I'll buy you some. Gonna give you ZY phone so you can text me and talk to me so I can ask you some questions, okay? So this seems odd to me. And then they go back to those messages. So now the question is this: who is lying? Who's lying? Because it comes off like, okay, maybe she, you kind of want to believe it because you have the daughter, but then it comes off like, I don't know. I'm in the middle on this. I'm leaning more towards he's not lying, more towards he didn't do this, because something seems off with this. Then you go and delete everything. It's like, why not just keep it up? Something seems very off about this, and all I would say is this: if she is lying, she should get sued for defamation of character. As simple as that. Because at the end of the day, you're ruining someone's life. You know what I mean? Whatever kind of job he may or may not have had, you could ruin that. So this is the thing. If that's true, but let me know what you all think about this down below.